I thought it'd be funny to make a little app where you can take any video file and replace any spoken word or list of words in that video file with bleeps to make someone sound naughty or stupid or whatever. Today I'm going to show you this app, show you where you can find it, install it, and then show you a little bit about how it works on the back end. First, let me show you the app. So you can either drag and drop a video file into the top container here. If you don't, some default data is populated for you just so you can use the app quickly and kind of see how it works. That test data is a set of words to bleep out of a video, including treats, ice cream, chocolate, syrup, cookie, etc., and a test video itself to bleep those words out from. So let me play 5 seconds of this video just so you can hear it before we bleep out those keywords.
My sister wouldn't stop talking about this every time we'd mention Costa Rica. Treats is so good. Treats, treats.
Great, now let's use the app to bleep out these keywords. Again, they're treats, ice cream, chocolate, etc. Just press the transcribe and bleep button. Once the process is complete, you'll see the transcription of the video on top and the bleeped out video on the bottom right. Let's play the first 5 seconds of this.
My sister wouldn't stop talking about this every time we'd mention Costa Rica. It's so good. Treats.
That's kind of funny, right? In one button press, we can make an honest person sound like they're Let me point out 2 more features of this simple little app before we talk about where you can find it, how you can install it, and a little bit about how it works. You can choose which kind of transcription model you use to get the transcription from the video in this pull down here. Here we've used the Whisper class of models that go from tiny, which is the smallest, least compute intensive, but least accurate, to largest, large V3 at present, which is the largest model, most accurate, but most compute intensive. Regardless of which one you choose, all the processing in this app is done locally. So those models that you choose from this pull down, when you process with them, they're first pulled to your machine and all the processing is done locally. If you don't want the bleeped video for some reason, and you just want to look at the transcript to get ideas of words to bleep out, you can press the Just Transcribe button here as well. That'll get you just the transcription, not the bleeped video. Okay, next let me tell you where you can find this app if you want to run it for yourself. It's located at this GitHub repository. I'll leave a link in the description. Here's how you set it up. Go to the README. There are 2 setup instructions. The first is to make a pip install of the requirements that you'll find in the repository. And the second is to run the app by copying and pasting this line to your terminal. If you open up this Colab notebook here, you'll see a detailed walkthrough of each step of the process. I'm showing you a slow scroll of the top of that notebook here. I won't walk through the details of that, but give you a big picture overview of each step of the back end here. If you want to see me go through this notebook, just leave me comments. And if enough people want to see me walk through it, I'll walk through the nitty-gritty details, but let's go through the big picture here. So there are 5 basic steps going on the back end. The first is you feed in that video file into the app, right? The audio first has to be stripped off of that video file. Then that audio file is transcribed, so you get the text out of it. Then that transcription is searched through for those words that you want to bleep out, and the exact timestamp where they occur is noted. So that in the next step, each of those little time chunks for your bleeped out words can be replaced with a bleep sound. And then finally, that bleeped audio has to be glued back together to the original video. What libraries or what models are used at each step of this pipeline? To strip the audio off, we're using MoviePy, which is a big open source Python library for manipulating audio and video locally on your machine. For transcription, as I mentioned earlier, we're using Whisper, but actually in particular, we're using a nicely packaged version of Whisper. A link to this can be found in the README description and in the Colab notebook. It's a GitHub repository called Whisper Timestamp. Then of course, the words being chosen to bleep out are chosen by you. And then PyDub is used to make the replacement of your chosen bleep words with the bleep sound effect. And finally, MoviePy is used once again to do that gluing of the bleeped audio back to the original video. All right, that's about it. Hope you found this to be enjoyable. And again, if you want to download and run this app for yourself, see this GitHub repository. There'll be a link in the description.